So we can also do the abbreviated configuration. And for that, what we do is we find the noble gas that is previous to your element, and then we write that in brackets, and then we only write out the configuration of the electrons that are after it. So for example, for chlorine, as we see, all this part over here is the same as the configuration of neon. So we just write neon in brackets and then 3s2, 3p5. Same thing for calcium. All these over here represents argon, so we just write argon in brackets for S2. The trends in the periodic table that we're going to learn. First one is the valence electrons. Valence electrons are the electrons that are in the outermost energy level, and they are the ones that determine the reactivity and the properties of the element. The valence electron is going to be equal to the group number next to A. So for example, chlorine is in group 7A, so the number of valence electrons is 7. For calcium is in 2A, valence electrons 2. For selenium, 6A, valence electrons 6. We're going to use electron dot symbols to represent the electrons in the outermost shell. So, for example, magnesium is in group 2A, so it has 2 electrons in the last shell, so we use 2 dots to represent its structure. For example, this element over here, when we look at it, it has only doesn't show in the picture, but it only has 1 dot. So for that, we look, and the elements that we have in our, this is in group 3, that means that we'll have to have 3 dots, so that's not the answer. This is in group 1, so that could have 1 dot, and this is in group 1, so it could have 1 dot, so the answer could be either A or B. This one over here doesn't show, but it has 5 dots, meaning that it's in group 5A. So we look at the periodic table and we see that nitrogen and phosphorus, they are both in group 5A. Therefore, that could be the structure for either one of those. The next trend that we're going to discuss is the atomic radius. The atomic radius is the distance from the nucleus to the valence electrons. Increases in this direction and it decreases in this direction. Alright? So, by looking at that and knowing the trend, like this, increases like this, we can answer the next question. Which atom is larger? So, by looking and placing it in the periodic table, we see bromine, in this case, potassium, sulfur, and sodium.